2% of dudes rapping, they ain't nice as me. 98% ain't live the same type of life as me. The judge gave me life and then they sent me where the life is be. That level 4 with depth and vice, the type of stuff they like to see. Two choices, fight or flee. I refuse to die a chump. I never been a mark, but damn, it's scary when that riot jump. I seen dudes cry, get pumped, and some sexually brutalized. Knew a dude who lost his life and he was only doing 5 year-long racial fights when homie all you do is ride. Lonely days and nights up in a hole causing suicide. From the moment you arrive, you see the Mexican mafia, AB skinheads with big giant swastikas, pro-black philosophers, the BGF, the Kumi, and Muslims who will murk you from the nation to the Sunni. That MS was loony, quick to ride up on they rival. Even Christians went to church, hide knives up in a Bible. Political and tribal, the Crips and Damus, the Long Beach, the Hubs and the Dubs and the Grooves, the IE, the Bakersfield, the Dago Pyrus, the Hustlers quick to roll, the gangsters don't move.
Say, what's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to Life, and I'm back like I'm on a parole violation. Yard down. Now, for those of y'all that's new to my page, in 1994, I was arrested. I was eventually sentenced to 16 years plus life, and I served 24 years straight in the California prison system. Yeah, that's me gassing right there on that intro song. And if you want to get that song, it is available on a 10-song EP that you must purchase directly from me. I can get it to you on a digital download link. I also have 2 other mixtapes, one containing 16 songs, one containing 13 songs. They're $20 a piece or $45 for all 3. If you're interested, hit me up on my email, 16tolifemusic@gmail.com. Now let's get into today's video. We have a very extremely interesting and unique video jumping off today, man. We got a dude going haywire on his female in the visiting room, and this dude literally attacks his female, and it is caught on camera. I don't know if this is this dude's girlfriend or his wife, but whoever she is, she obviously gave him some information that he wasn't trying to hear, man. And the dude went bonkers right now. I often went into the visiting room, and I have never, ever seen anything like this, right? It was almost like it was an unwritten rule to keep the visiting room respectful and peaceful, because you have the families of other convicts out there as well. I've never seen any gang related fights out there in the visiting room. I never seen, prisoners getting into it with each other. I did see a dude one time, man, get up and follow he was arguing with his wife, and he followed her out past. It's like an exit where they leave, and they leave to head out, and he followed her out through there, right? And they told him, hey, what are you doing? He said, hey, man, this is my wife, and actually that wasn't even a loud argument, but I've never seen anything like this. A couple of times I did see some dudes arguing. I did see one time a dude sitting outside on the patio where he later happens to follow his female visitor, and he threw soda on her, but they were sitting at a table, and he picked up a soda and threw it on her and stuff. But that's pretty much the extent of the things that I saw out there in that visiting room in terms of, a dude getting into it with his significant other. But this right here is obviously, crazy. And actually, though, I did report on a story maybe a year or so ago of a dude attacking his girlfriend or whoever she was to him in the visiting room, right? And it was crazy on that situation, because come to find out, he happened to be an individual who was from San Bernardino, and some of my homies had done prison time with him and knew him quite well. But let's get into this video right here, man. I know this is what y'all is waiting to see. So yeah, let's jump right into it. Now you see them, they just walking right now. They strolling through the visiting room. I'm gonna try to stop the video right now and point out a couple of things to you guys. Now you see they have those tables. That's the inside of the visiting room right there, right? And this is where you can, chill with your visitors, sit and talk, so on and so forth. Now, when I first got to prison, those tables were much higher. They came up, to pretty much your waist, right? But at some point in time, they came with those shorter tables, probably to stop the introduction of contraband into the facility. Now, suddenly, while they're walking, you see the dude kind of in the back. He starts to look in that direction, right? So, now, most of the time, if you do hear a couple out there talking loudly, a lot of the male convicts, they know what's going on. Sometimes guys being upset, they may have some type of relationship problem with the woman in their life. You know, of course, incarceration, you can't get to her. Sometimes she ain't answering the phone, and you start to wonder if she's being unfaithful, right? But now, uh, at one point, you see the dude in the prisoner. He's sitting back and he's glancing, and he's not stopping. You know, his visitor, she took a quick glance, but he's continuing to look. So I assume that the dude is talking very, very loud, and he's paying close attention to whatever is transpiring between these two individuals. So then as they're walking, you see him all of a sudden, he grabs her by the neck and he throws her down. Now you see as they pan the camera to different individuals, you have a lot of people looking. Now he's outside. He's actually got her on the ground. And I don't know what he's doing. He's look like of course he's assaulting her. He grabs something off her hand and he throws it, right? So maybe I'm assuming he grabbed the wedding ring, right? Maybe he grabbed the wedding ring and he threw it. And then you see the COs, they come out there and they hit him with some type of foam, some type of repellent. So obviously the information that she gave him upset that dude greatly, man, and make him flip out. So of course, in that situation, they ended up handcuffing him and escorting him to the hole. And of course, his female visitor went back to where she came from. Probably was going to be the last time she was coming to see that dude. Now, in my opinion, that situation did not cause the rest of the visitors to have their visits canceled, because if it did, that definitely would suck. You have your family coming down to see you, and then you're out there for a hot minute and the visit gets canceled, right? And keeping in mind also too, sometimes some of these families are coming from an extremely long distance away. Sometimes maybe driving 5-6 hours. Sometimes they'll come and they'll stay the weekend due to the great distance that they have to travel, and they may not be able to get out and see the person, their loved one, often. So a lot of times they want to spend the weekend, right? And so these visits at times definitely can get extremely costly, considering the gas, the hotel for the 2 days, the food that you're eating right out there while your family is visiting you. And then keep in mind, when you leave, they go back to the hotel and they still have to continue to eat and stuff like that. So it definitely can be pretty expensive. Now, for this individual who attacked his visitor, right, some people may be wondering what happened to him. I don't know 100%, right? Of course, I believe he was going to end up being charged with an assault and attack, right? And I'm pretty sure that once they took him to the hole, not only did he get a 115, which is a rules violation report that pertains to that prison, he also got a DA referral. And what a DA referral is, whatever county he's in, they're going to send that incident to the local district attorney. He'll look over it and then decide if he wants to file charges from the streets. And so it's pretty much like whatever he did, it's almost like he did it on the street and got in trouble, because now he's going to be going back and forth to court, being transported by a prison bus or a prison van, and he'll be facing more time in a regular courtroom. Of course, he'll be appointed an attorney. He can hire one if he's able to do that, and he'll have to deal with that charge and eventually get sentenced. And a lot of times, not always, when you catch new time related to a DA referral, the time that you get sentenced to will run consecutive with the time you're already doing, meaning that after you serve the time you was originally sentenced to, you then have to do the time that you accumulated on that DA referral charge. Of course, this individual lost his visiting privileges and things of that nature, and probably spent some significant time in the hole as well, man. Anyway, man, you already know what it is. It's your boy 16 to Life. Resume normal program.